Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the breakfast show, Money Talk with SmartRobie. I'm your host, Martin Wong. Now, last night we have a very good session. Those of you who came and congratulate you. We spent almost 1 hour talking about AirAsia, where we break it down for you. What did we talk about? We talk about whether the prospect going forward and also looking back at the history of AirAsia over the last 10 years. But finally, it boils down to whether we can make money from AirAsia or not. So if you want to know more about AirAsia, can buy or cannot buy, please go on to the video that we talked about yesterday and you will see that video that we played. But before we start, just want to do a sound check. If you can hear me, that would be great, because we want to make sure that what we are getting to you are good quality audio and moving forward. Now, before we start, let me just ask everybody here, have you gotten AirAsia share before? All right, just let me know. All right, have you gotten AirAsia share before? And if you have do, just type AA. I really like that, and we're going to talk about it too in here. Okay, so shall we start? Now, also don't forget to download a copy of SmartRobie if you have not done so from the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store, so you will always be updated of all our... Now, let's look at the headline today. All the corporate news that you should know that will give you money in your pocket. That's why we call it the Money Talk. Shall we get started? Okay. Now, for our first story that we have here, all right, definitely no other than what is going on, man. I've been getting a lot of news, saying, what's happening, Martin? There is the market really booming, and the retailer right now are dominating the KLSE, or would normalcy return. Now, this article appears on the Star Business and was really covered by both Edge and also Star. It merely looks at the history of the Bursa, where traditionally retail participation, just like you and me, generally are very low, less than 1/3, 20 to 30%. But right now, the retail participant has gone higher, all right, than the local institution and the foreign. The foreigners are less than 20%. So that has got a lot of people wagging their tongue, say, hey, this is something not right. We have not seen something like this before. So they're saying that, look, and the survey, they did a survey of 1,122 people, stating that the number of retailer that should be bullish, it's not. And what is also saying that, look, these retailer generally are very short term, and they don't expect the market to rally more than what it should. And there is a concern here that when the thing collapse, because short term, right? All the retailers generally are short term, and when they don't rally, this is where the market, you will see a lot of problem here. But let's look at the underlying. What is this? Now, this is something we used to call the crowd wisdom. Is the crowd correct? What do you think? Now, type me, what do you think? Are they following the herd mentality? Type it in there. Or are they some crowd wisdom, which means the crowd can be right here? Tell me what you think, and share that in your comment. I really appreciate that. All right, share that in your comment. So let's move on to this very similar story about on the edge is, will the market collapse? All right, this market in here, will it collapse? Because we are very concerned with the report that they did by MIDF, the same report which is on the edge. They talk about the same part about the retail participation. Now, one thing very important, we have seen many countries, including Philippines, the US markets, Singapore, Thailand, during this MCO, there has been a surge of online participation and online trading. And it also came across a very good article on CNN News, registering that the retail are beating the professional in the same game. Catch that last night, and I'll talk about that one too. So what I'm mainly saying, because of the MCO, a lot of casino, a lot of empat digit echo, all the gaming, right? They will close for the last 3 months. So these so-called prospect or client have to turn to somewhere. Unfortunately, I have to say many of these used to be online gamblers in casino or online gaming. They have turned to the stock market as a mean to further their habits. Well, that could be an observation, but what do you think? Do you think what I've said is true? The gamer or the gambler now turn to the stock market to gamble. That's why they are all short term. Let me know what you think. Type it in there. Are they gambler or are they investor? But definitely this, we have to be very, very careful. All right. So this itself saying that, look, the market being what it is generally robust because the market follow fundamentals and the corporate earnings is so-so because of the COVID-19. So take note of this one here. Right, because we also want to check what's happening right now. So if you can see on the right hand side, we can click on to the KLSE market using the Robie. You can see this morning our market is down 1%. Of course, no surprises because Dow Jones was down 700 points because of the increase of coronavirus cases. A lot of things shot up. We have about 35,000 cases depending where you look at Texas, at the West, the California, the Midwest. What it is saying now, the spread that used to have on New York and on Detroit, they are moving to the West as well as the rural area. And this is a cause of concern. And will we see a shutdown? Very unlikely. Donald Trump is trying to slow down the testing. So that's what's happening on the other side of the world. So this will impact our market. So if you look right now on the right hand side, let me just switch back to a bigger chart. You can see the KLCI is down, and take note, if you look at the chart wise, okay, chart wise, and you can see we have a red pentagon way back around 14th of June. So having a system like the SmartRobie Pentagon will definitely be helpful, and it's completely free. So make sure you download from the online store. All right. Let's move on to the next story, shall we? Now, the next story focused a lot on AirAsia. That's right. Now, AirAsia had a good news this morning in here, and we talked about it last night on ticket demands. Okay, so the ticket demands has a record breaking. Now, AirAsia always break record, like it or not. Every time there are free seats, everybody will rush in to break because everyone has been claustrophobic, has been, in the house. I myself has been in the house, not really going well between here and my office for the last 4 months. So every day I'm checking, all the holiday resort, dekat like maybe Terengganu, Kuantan, the cooler places just to get out from the home. I'm sure you are doing that too. Am I right? If you're doing that too, type in AirAsia tickets. Okay, so this is what we see every day. You and me, we all want to get out, and it's a record sale. Now, having said that, I did some mathematics because yesterday, you all remember what we talked about, the debt, okay? And we talked about the cash flow of AirAsia. And most important, we all discussed a lot about Tony Fernandez, no other than Tan Sri Tony Fernandez. How much was his salary in 2018, right? No doubt there was news that he's taking a pay cut or no salary with co-founder of AirAsia, Dato' Kamarudin. So that was fun. This is great. So we are seeing, look, bottom line is AirAsia is making a comeback. Good or bad, you be a judge of it. All right. Look at the charts, bring up Robie, and you decide and share it with me. All right. Dude. Now let's look at the next story that we have here. Right, is Gamuda, the usual construction and property. What it simply says that, look, Gamuda it's still rather pricey. Let's bring in a Gamuda here. I'll type in Gamuda. Hit that one. Of course, I'll just switch on to a wider charts. You can see so much better in here, right? And the chart wise, bring up the stock comment, right? Here we have Gamuda actually made a decent high in here around $4, but it's now coming back to the $3.50. Of course, you can see the red pentagon came out, and that's what we are, saying here. Take some profit. Now, again, this may be a correction going forward. It all going to depends on what's happening here. Are we going to see another double bottom testing? But remember, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I am looking for this correction, and from a technical side, we call it the double bottom. All right, take note of it. Just scan through a lot of articles out there. People talk about double bottom. All right. More I will share in the later slides. Now, in this article, it simply says that, look, the market, right, for Gamuda are focusing on the post-COVID-19 continuation of progress of work. The MRT line project will continue. The property sales in Vietnam, we all know property sales Vietnam hasn't been really badly affected by COVID-19. There were less than a few hundred deaths. So in here, so property sales will generally be good. And this is still relatively pricey lah, because if we look at the PE, it's about 15 times. You can see from the chart here. Right, let me just bring you back here, and also has a dividend of 3.4%. It's a Sharia compliance, and if you like a bit on the property and construction, this is the one. But yesterday, you'll remember one stock we talked about, Scientech, which has a rating of 6 out of 8, and it's really an undervalued stock, which has a property play, but affordable of housing and film packaging. So check that out on SmartRobie, type Scientech, okay, and you know what I mean inside there. So those are some ideas that you can have. Okay, let's move on to our next story. Okay, of course, continue on. The net profit fall by 77% to 40.23 million from previously 175 million, all right, 180 million in here. All right, so that's good. So let's look at another story which has a 5% dividend. You all like dividend stock, isn't it? Because I've been getting a lot of people who want to say, hey Martin, you tell all this stock, I got anything, a very good low base one, go put good dividend. And this is why this show, the Money Talk with SmartRobie, is created for you to pick up the stocks that you all really need and how you want to move forward. All right. So if you like what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. All right, thanks a lot. All right, that's the only pet I need. Now, let's look at MediaAsia. I think many of you would know Xinqiu newspaper has been one of the best performing Chinese newspaper, outperforming even Star Media. And Star Media is looking to turn around. And because one of the things that, you know, the Chinese reader, they like to read, they also like to buy newspaper because of more senior reader reading, and at the same time they also read online in here. So this one is paying a 5% dividend, not too bad. And finally, Media Chinese is coming back with a 30.4 million. Let's look at the headline in here. A net profit of 30.4 million compared to a net loss of 48 million. It lost money last year, close to about 50 million. Now it's back about 30 million in here. Rating of 3 if you like this. Right, let's check out MediaAsia, okay? Okay, MediaAsia. All right, and we'll bring up the charts in here. Okay, let's bring up the charts, MediaAsia. And you can see MediaAsia, it's just still hovering. Let me see what price there. Wow, 20 cents only, very cheap. 20 cents and pay a 5% dividend. What do you think, all right? If you think that more people is going to buy newspaper and going on into this, check it out, all right? Go over to their website. Of course, you can go over to the website in here. Go over to Stock Fundamental, like what I'm doing here, all right? And you can see the website, Media Chinese Group. Hit that one. Of course, this one is all in Chinese. Yeah, like me, I cannot read Chinese, also problem. So you can see lots of all this kind of news, and you can read all about it all around. All right, let's move on to the next story. Okay, the next story will focus on Widad. Now, this story just simply tells that the founder and the owner, Tan Sri Muhammad Iqbal Opa Abdullah, raising the stakes. And if you look at the stock price, very nice. I mean, this is sometimes smart money trying to buy, and maybe they're trying to buy cheaper during the COVID-19. Let's look at the stock price, stock chart here. Okay, so you can see on the stock chart, you can see very nice. This is typically the signature of smart money during the 5th of April. You can see on the 5th of April, the stock started to move up. The green pentagon comes in, right? You can see on the news itself, he is already buying. Okay, right now in here, above just what's the 48 cents, just short of 50 cents. You can look at the chart here. Okay, and you would see that there may be a little bit of distribution, so do take note. But the owner as well as the founder owning 64%, he's going to likely to hold on to, because he bought it averaging up, right? Again, Widad, it is a construction company, and of course you want to do more diligence, go to their website and check out a few things more. Of course, let's look at the stock fundamental too. If I'm not mistaken, it could be a reverse takeover of a company called Ideal Jacobs. Some of you may have heard that one before. And PE 148 times. So very expensive lah. More expensive than Top Glove. Can it grow like that? Right? So this one definitely is a play. It's a speculative play on the construction stock. And let's look at the next story that we have. Okay. No other than the favorite of everybody in the hospitality and travel line as well as leisure. We KL Knights people, Kuala Lumpur people who live here, we want some cooling, we go up to Genting Resort. That's right, Genting is now low. Who is listening here, take note of it. Now, UOB Kay Hian did a very good optimistic opinion piece on Genting Malaysia, saying that they are likely to go into regaining revenue by the second quarter of next year. Still long time lah, next year second quarter. Now only June, no, now only beginning of Q1, Q2 only, Q3 uni, you know, okay? So another 12 more months, assuming you go from July. So here they talk about the target stock price of 3 ringgit and 10 cent at the 7.8 times of enterprise value. So what is saying, simply saying that usually 7 times, just remember, if you're going to use the model EV over EBITDA, okay, enterprise value, just remember 7. 7 is ideal, means there lies average. Anything maybe like 10 to 12, those are very already pricey. The 7 times is quite okay. Now, assuming there was also another news that Genting will reopen next year. Now, take note of that with the Fox, right, with the theme park coming in place. I believe the theme park will be coming in place. I can't remember what's the news there. You can check it out, Genting. Go over to, we can see here, okay, just type Genting Malaysia. Fox Studio, okay, Fox Studio will be in, that's Genting Malaysia, okay. Okay, so look at the news for Genting here. Let me switch over to the news here. Right. So it's saying Genting Sky, it's called Genting Sky Park. Now, isn't it easy, right? That's why we use Robie. Cannot remember so many things, right? And Robie is created for those who have short memory like me lah. True or not? If it's true, give me a thumbs up, right? So that's why we rely on SmartRobie. Now, SmartRobie says that in here you can check out Genting Sky World Theme Park will open in second quarter 2021. So which is also in line with UOB Kay Hian. That's why they wrote this report lah. A bit more favorite giving them. It will have the 20th Century Fox, okay? Because when I see Fox, I always confuse me with Fox News because they are different owner. I think they're different owner, okay? Now, despite losing 116 million during MCO, it still declared a 5 million dividend. Visitors has come under pressure since June 19, but I think they are coming back. They are coming back, right? And then there's a news on item number 4. You can see Public Bank Invest, which is their research arm, Genting Malaysia, earning, returning FY. So all the information you need is with SmartRobie together with it. Is the time to buy? Let's look at the stock price and look at the stock chart. Okay, let's look at the stock chart here. All right. It's been nicely uptrend. You can see here, right? Use something the Robie. So if you plan to do a trading for Robie, just click on the trading plan for Genting Malaysia. Of course, my Malay friends are this one, not Sharia. There's a pullback trade here at 250, carry out for 2 months, which is right now 250. It means you have to pull back a bit more, or 260. All right, take note of that one. So let's move on to our next story. All right, which is our teaching you how to buy during our during market correction, because right now we are in market correction. Remember this morning, let's check out what's happening this morning in here. Go back to main menu. You can see that hit the KLSE market now. It is down 17 points, or 16 minus 1% in here. So I believe this is a market correction. Eventually, the market is going to go higher. The market can correct for 2 to 3 weeks. We really don't know. That's why I've been getting a lot of messages, text messages saying, Martin, what's happening here? But for those of you who want to take it to the next level, consider our foundation one-day course, which we are doing this Saturday, right, 10 to 5 p.m. There's a number there, or right below there. You can just WhatsApp to find out more information. Of course, let's look at our premium alert every morning, which is one of the hot topics this morning. Let's look at premium alert right now. Switching to 7 in here. Okay, it's coming up. Oh yes, we got a few more. VSTEC, Vata, Bright. I like VSTEC. Okay, 5162. Okay, take note of that. I have to write this down because tomorrow I've got to review this. Now, yesterday we have SKPREs. Okay, now you can see on the right hand side there, SKPREs and Hexza, which we selected yesterday. Today is VSTEC. Okay, we select one first. Okay, let's look at SKPREs. Okay, so SK. This one, you all know lah. This one, SKPREs is a plastic EMS. They do the Dyson, the hair dryers and the vacuum cleaners. So you can see SKPREs. Let's look at stock chart. It has a nice green pentagon moving higher, and that's what we're seeing right now. This morning I just checked before the program starts. It is around doing about 1% up in here. Do they pay dividend? You can check out the fundamentals in here. But SKPREs is one of the stocks that I pick here and here. Not one of the best. Of course, for members, there's other better setup. You can use the NS, which we talked about last night also on the AirAsia. A much better technical setup for that one. All right, so SKPREs is that one. Let's look at the stock price right now. All right, it's down minus 3.5%. Okay, good. You can even buy it at a lower price. Okay, let's bring on to the live chart, SKPREs, and hit that one. So we will take to our real-time charts in TradingView. You can see that one, right? And you can see the market is still just turned green pentagon, supported around this price. It's not a bad time to look at it. Okay, let's look at the next one. I think Hexza is down yesterday after the market reacted to the news of Donald Trump. You can see stock price is down this morning in here. Only minus 0.19. Okay, so not too bad. Okay, we look at a stock chart in here, and also it yesterday also turned green pentagon, and that's one of the reasons why we selected for our premium alert. All right, so those two stocks we will update this now. For today, you'll remember what stock I'm looking at. VSTEC. VSTEC used to be ECS. Those of you who remember, I visited this company before. It was a dividend stock. 5162. Hit that one. 5162. Right. And they are in Kota Damansara, one of the parks over there. Okay, and that's right. 5162 ECS, and I think one company bought it up and they have a name change. It is a dividend stock. So let's check out the fundamental first. All right. Now we can see the fundamental in here is 6 out of 8. Wow, that's almost similar to one of the stocks we talk about that has property play and plastic film packaging. All right, you know which stock I'm talking about. If you know, just check it out. Yeah, one of our episode inside. So in here, pays a 3% ROE of 10% in here. Let's look over at the news for VSTEC. Old name like ECS, ITS. Old name ECS. Oh, let's look at news. Sorry, news. Hit news. And you can see VSTEC surge 12% to breach. That's a technical. Reclassify a final dividend, and it net profit rises. I think generally because of the post MCO, it rises because they all deal with IT, bro. They do some handphones. Last time I do know that they do the ASUS distribution. I have not checked the fundamental yet, but you can always go to the fundamentals in here. The website's not ready in here, but it's ECS ITS, so you can check it out yourself in here. So those are the two stocks we talk about, and let's move on to, and we will come back tomorrow for that one. And for our regular free talks live FB, do check it out every day. Our morning talk shows, as long as we continue to fill our live FB with audience, right, we will proceed on with the money talk show. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate you can share this good live Facebook, the money talks, in your timeline, so more people, your friends, will benefit, because we are giving important information that will help them too. Also, don't forget our nightly 9:30 and also our CPU event. Also, don't forgetting this Saturday, your good self here, Martin Wong, will be presenting in the UOB Kehiang free Saturday talk, and that's a very good part. I think many of you guys should come. Registration is at our Trade VSA trading idea in here, and it's because of the rubber glove update. I want to hear it too. Will be at 9:30, and also listen to Desmond, a wonderful head of retail research too. Those guys, you can pick their brains, not just me, pick their brains too. All right. So when you combine the research from UOB Kehiang, they talk about Genting Malaysia plus SmartRobie, man, you are the king. Or the queen. All right, that's it. Take it up. So that's all we have for today. And for those of you who are listening for us for the first time, join our Telegram group so you don't miss out all the trading tips and all the important information. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. That's all we have. Thank you for watching the Morning Talk with SmartRobie. This is Martin Wong here signing out. Bye bye.